Congratulations! You've arrived at the final course. Put it all together. Prepare for a Cloud Data Analyst job. You'll first gather your experiences with the basics of data analytics, cloud storage and data management, data processing and analysis, and visualizing data in the cloud. And then you'll learn how to put all of this together to prepare for a Cloud Data Analyst role. This course is going to help you develop a resume fit for a data professional and provide you with some tips and tricks to prepare for an interview. You'll also learn how to create a portfolio project to demonstrate your skills to potential employers or clients. By the end of this course, you'll have a greater understanding of the job application process, what skills, as a data professional, are expected for data professionals to have, and how to tailor a resume specifically to the field. Additionally, you will have a concrete demonstration of your new cloud data knowledge that you can use to discuss with potential employers during interviews. Let me introduce myself. My name's Christine. I work as a cloud architect at Google. This means that I work with customers to design cloud solutions to address their business challenges. I work alongside our customers to help them understand the art of the possible with Google Cloud. I help them adopt our products and services from a technical standpoint, as well as introduce them to the latest and greatest of our technology, since we are constantly developing and improving all across the board. We have a large number of services in our vast portfolio, from compute infrastructure to artificial intelligence. And really, it's my job to help our customers figure out which architectural pieces work best for their puzzle. I first learned about data analytics out of necessity in my previous engineering roles. There are many business challenges at any organization that can be solved with cloud and automation. I've used cloud to build data pipelines and business intelligence dashboards that generate insights for other departments at my previous companies. Today, I solve problems not just for Google Cloud customers, but for our own internal processes as well. Really, the possibilities are endless when it comes to your role at a data-driven organization. I'm excited to introduce you to the final steps that will prepare you for your first cloud data analysis role. We'll start with identifying career resources that are specific to cloud data analysis. First, you'll review types of job roles that are available. Next, you'll identify why it's important to develop a portfolio project. Then, you'll get valuable tips for how to update a resume tailored to a cloud data professional role. And finally, you'll prepare for interviews. Now let's get started on what's involved in developing portfolios and share tips for completing the portfolio project. You'll then explore how to complete the portfolio project. Up next, you'll discover the best practices for how to incorporate projects into your portfolio. And finally, you'll explore how to showcase your work and claim your Google Cloud Data Analyst certificate badge. You've come a long way and you're almost done. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Christine. As a cloud architect at Google Cloud, I've worked with a variety of customers, from large enterprises to digital native startups, to help them not only envision what's possible with Google Cloud, but also to help them build it too. I use my background in data analytics to help customers solve their business challenges, wherever they may be on their journey to becoming a data-driven organization. I started out as a traditional chemical engineer in the energy industry and spent time within different departments of a huge enterprise company, learning how different teams work and interact with one another to execute on business initiatives and capital projects. Data started to become a focus of our company, who then looked for more ways to leverage our data for both internal and external use cases. I had the data domain expertise from having spent time in operations and learning the business from the ground up. Because of this, I got the opportunity to become a product manager, commercializing our software products to bring them to market. I never would have thought I'd get a chance to work for Google. And now, as a cloud architect, I feel so lucky to get to make an even broader impact by helping businesses in all industries leverage our technology to solve their greatest challenges. Time flies when you're having fun. What I love about my job is that no 2 days are ever the same, and there's always something new to learn. I work with different customers in all industries to help them figure out the best ways to leverage and build with Google Cloud. A typical day for me may include talking to customers about their future product roadmaps, and figuring out which architectural pieces of Google Cloud tech will fit best for their puzzle. Other times, I'm diving deep into one of our new data services with a customer to understand how their use of it within their internal or external product workflows can be improved or optimized. I advocate for our customers and work with product teams by filing feature requests to help make our products better, as well as ensure customers are using the right tool for the right application. I also work with startups through accelerator programs to help advise them on how to build the best future-proof data platform that'll scale with them and yield the data that they need to leverage in future ML applications. I also work with a vast number of partners to scope and deliver new innovation projects for customers. A few times a year, I'll even get the opportunity to speak at some of our technical events and network with developers to help showcase new products, services, and features. My role as a cloud architect is an extremely dynamic role that I'm super grateful for. It gives me the opportunity as well as the flexibility to lean into the different parts of my job that I find most rewarding. There have been many projects that I've loved working on throughout my career, and one of my most favorite initiatives here at Google has been facilitating innovation workshops with some of our Google Cloud customers. I love working with companies to help them find more innovative ways to reach their goals and solve their challenges. In these sessions, we work hand in hand with technical teams to show them the art of the possible and brainstorm ways to solve their challenges with Google technology. More often than not, we've already solved the problem in some way or fashion. It's all about collating some of our experience and piecemealing all of our learnings together to inspire what the next solution looks like. There are so many ways we've used data and AI to approach and solve problems. And we still continue to do so each day. Whether it's working with power companies to figure out how to improve grid reliability and transparency, finding the most optimal location for geothermal wells, or synthesizing legal contracts and documents to surface meaningful insights or proactively identify gaps, our customers are always looking to solve some of the world's most meaningful problems. Throughout my professional journey, I've received tidbits of great advice along the way that I'd like to share with you all as well. Remember that learning is a lifetime journey. Technology like this doesn't stay the same for long, but the foundational aspects you've learned will still remain relevant. This past year has been the best example of how quickly new tech emerges, which is what makes technology so exciting. Consistent practice and development is key. Practicing each day will always be more beneficial than occasional bouts of learning for hours or days at a time. Focus on the user and all else will follow. When solving data problems, or any problem really, it's important to think about what problem you're actually solving and whether people will find the insights that you surface useful. Think 10x. At Google, we pride ourselves on a healthy disregard for the impossible. We try to expand on each opportunity to find ways we can push the envelope. When brainstorming ways to solve problems, we ask everyone for all ideas and inputs. We don't hesitate to frame our solutions with an expansive yes and. Prototype and test out your ideas early before spending all of your time building the foundation. You want to ensure the problem you're solving with the data you're given is actually possible before you put in a ton of effort into cleaning and transforming data. As an example, making smaller pipelines or models to test out whether there's a strong correlation between the data you have will save you a lot of time in the long run, as opposed to building out entire ETL pipelines with data that really isn't reliable at all. Make contact with others early and often. Putting all of these concepts into practice by testing it on authentic problems and situations will give you a quick feedback loop to help iterate on your solution. It'll get better each time. Welcome! Now that you're more familiar with the world of cloud data analytics, let's explore some cloud data analyst career resources that will help you on your professional journey. You'll discover a variety of career resources and tips that will help you effectively navigate the job market to find a new role as a cloud data professional. First, you'll explore the different types of roles available and their specializations. This will enable you to focus on opportunities that will be best fit for you. You'll also uncover clues to solve the mystery of what it takes to impress hiring managers. You'll find out what hiring managers want so you can communicate your value and create a project portfolio that demonstrates that you're the right person for the job. even if you haven't had a lot of on-the-job practice yet. Next, you'll explore how to refine your resume to include your new skills and experience. And finally, you'll identify interview tips that will help you prepare for interviews and impress an interviewer team. I'm so excited for you to take this step on your journey. I'll meet you there. You've come so far. It's time to start thinking about getting the job that you want. There are some specifics about looking for a cloud data analytics job that you'll want to know. First, you'll want to identify appropriate opportunities for your ability and current skill level. Usually, these will be denoted with terms like intern, junior, or entry level. These roles are suitable for people just like you that have been practicing cloud data professional skills, completing a certificate program, and are now ready to start using these skills. Additionally, there are several different types of roles that are categorized under Cloud Data Analyst. You'll need to understand the differences between them to determine which you are most interested in. A Cloud Data Analyst is a bit like a generalist, which is a versatile role on a data team. In this role, you would likely work on a variety of different types of projects under the guidance of more senior analysts. Operations analysts work specifically on the operations aspects of the business. This can include evaluating employee and operations performance and procedures for optimal efficiency. If you're really good at math and statistics, you might be interested in a quantitative analysis role. These analysts spend a lot of time with numbers, conducting statistical analysis, and working with algorithms. If you're more interested in helping unblock strategic decision-making for a business, you might prefer a business intelligence analyst role, where you could work on projects that vary from marketing to competitive analysis to product development. Another thing to consider is that these roles will vary between different industries. If you're interested in a specific industry, then search for roles there. As a cloud data analyst, you may choose to develop skills with a specific industry focus, such as financial services, to healthcare, to manufacturing. For example, if you're interested in the finance industry, you could search for a junior financial analyst or an entry-level quantitative analyst role. Pro tip: use both the job titles and the industry that you're interested in when searching for jobs. This will help you find roles that are a great fit. Next, as you start reviewing job descriptions, you may find that you don't have all the skills to use the tools listed. Don't let this discourage you. First, keep in mind that those job descriptions are frequently a wish list of skills. You may be a great applicant even if you don't have every skill in the job description. And many companies are happy to find people who match their culture and are willing and able to learn the tools they use. Take some time to search for those tools online to figure out how that relates to the skills and experience you have. For example, if a company is looking for Tableau experience, you can explain in your cover letter how your experience with Looker would easily translate to Tableau. You might also consider using free versions and trials of those products so that you can get experience working with the program and add that to your resume. This should help you to get started on the search for your next Cloud Data Analytics role. Good luck as you take those first steps to your next big professional adventure. In this next section, you'll begin working on your first Cloud Data Analytics project. In addition to providing you with valuable experience, you can also add this project to your portfolio. A resume is generally not enough to get a data analytics job. You'll also want to demonstrate your abilities and experience with a data analyst portfolio. A data analyst portfolio is a website that showcases who you are, your skills, and the projects you've worked on. The portfolio is where you'll be able to post examples of the reports and dashboards you've created to show to prospective employers. Like a resume, it's a good idea to start your portfolio with a short biography and cover letter. You could also describe your professional goals and experience. This will provide context for your projects and help you stand out against other applicants. Most importantly, you'll include project examples. These could be any reports, dashboards, or presentations you have created and have permission to share. Make sure to include a description of the project. This description might reflect a particular job skill or requirement to best indicate your accomplishment to a potential employer or hiring manager. There are several things that hiring managers will be focused on when reviewing your portfolio. First, You'll want to demonstrate your technical skills in data analysis and cloud technology. You'll also showcase your ability to create data visualizations like reports and dashboards, and use those to tell a story and create quick insights. You'll also want to demonstrate your workplace skills too. Critical thinking and problem solving are essential skills in cloud data professional roles. So is your ability to work in a team and work independently, because you'll be doing a lot of both. Additional skills that will serve you well include adaptability, verbal communications and written communications, and the desire and ability to learn new skills and programs. Hiring managers will also want to know how you can translate learned skills into real-world applications and business problems into actionable analysis. For example, it is a problem if a retail manager has to manually aggregate sales data from hundreds of stores every Monday morning. As a data analyst, you'll be able to create a dashboard that will allow the retail manager to quickly spot category trends. And you might be familiar with one or more of the different development tools that you can use to create visualizations, like SQL, BigQuery, and Looker. Demonstrate your understanding of as many of these as you can. Once you've created your portfolio projects, you'll need to create a place to host or display those examples. There are a variety of free and inexpensive options available online to host your portfolio. Creating an online professional profile is probably the fastest and easiest way to get your professional information online, even if you also decide to build your online presence in other ways. LinkedIn is a great option because it's free, fast, and easy to post a variety of work examples. If you'd like a little more creative freedom and flexibility, you might build a website. There are online options that provide templates to quickly create websites. Platforms like Kaggle and GitHub are also great options for members of the data science and data analytics communities to host their work. You'll want to check out these platforms because they offer a variety of other benefits beyond just hosting your portfolio. Posting your portfolio online is more than just preparing you for a role in cloud data analytics. You will likely want to keep your portfolio up to date, even after you've started your next data analytics role. If you keep your portfolio current with your best and most recent work that demonstrates your skills, you can advance your career to new opportunities when you're ready. Now that you've almost completed this certificate program, you might be thinking about updating your resume with your new accomplishments. Even if you've never had a job in cloud data analytics before, you can use your resume to highlight the new skills that you've been learning. If you haven't already, add a project section to your resume. This is a great place to link to the portfolio project you'll be working on for the end of this course. When you write this section, make sure to include details about the project and workplace scenario to add context for potential employers reading your resume. This will help them understand what the project is and how it applies to the work you do in their organization. If you've completed other projects, you can include those as well. Another important section to have in your resume is skills. Here, you'll want to list out all of the technical and professional skills you've acquired throughout this program. You've learned so much that you can include in your resume. You worked with business intelligence codes and tools like SQL, BigQuery, and Looker. You can identify different data structures and the differences between data sets, data warehouses, data lakes, and data lakehouses. You're familiar with all stages of data management, including understanding, analyzing, organizing, transforming, exploring, aggregating, handling, and reporting data. You can explain self-service analytics, where users can access a dashboard to find the information they need. And you can describe how to encourage insights through visualizations, including wireframes, charts, graphs, reports, and dashboards. You know how to communicate with stakeholders, ask critical questions, and provide solutions that meet their business needs. You've learned so much in this course, it's going to be hard to fit in a page or two on your resume. Remember to also include professional skills that you've developed in other roles, in other industries where data analytics may apply. Skills like attention to detail, time management, and teamwork will be an asset to any data analytics team. Finally, you'll want to be sure to include this certificate in the education section of your resume, along with any other certificates, courses, and other educational experiences you've completed. In the work experience section, you should also make sure you highlight any relevant experience you might have, including internships. Also, match your resume to the industry by taking some time to research current resume expectations. These can change over time, and you'll want to make sure that you're conforming to current standards. It's also critical to understand the systems that hiring managers are using to filter out resumes. Incorporate precise keywords in your resume that reflect the job posting's required skills, so that you can customize your resume accordingly. Go ahead and start adding new projects, skills, tools, education, and work experience to your resume now. You've learned a lot about adding projects to your portfolio and perfecting your resume with your data analytics skills and knowledge. Be proud of your accomplishments and get ready to share them with prospective employers. If your portfolio and resume catch a hiring manager's attention, they'll contact you to set up an interview. Some people find interviews a little intimidating, but practice and planning ahead can help you feel confident. Before any interview, it's important to research the organization and role. Practice responding to common interview questions, and make sure your portfolio and resume are up to date. It's a good idea to do some research about the organization before your interview. Understanding the organization's mission, core values, and culture helps you to determine whether you and the organization are a good fit for one another. You can usually find this information on the job description, the About page on the company's website, and the company's social media. You should also research the company's products or services, the company's customers, and the news articles about the company to better understand their business. Definitely make notes of questions to ask the hiring manager. Asking the right questions helps you and the company decide if this job is a good fit. You can also prepare for the interview by doing mock interviews, which are like rehearsals. Start by finding people in your network who would be willing to give you a mock interview. Ideally, these people are data professionals who understand what employers in the field might ask during an interview. Rest assured, though, practicing with anyone will be great experience. The data analyst hiring process usually includes several stages of interviews. The first step will be a hiring manager screening, where you are introduced to the hiring manager or recruiter. Next will be a technical screening, where you'll need to prove out your technical abilities. This could be in the form of an interview by a more senior data analyst or manager, or it could be a test that you complete either on-site or at home. There may be additional calls or interviews after these screenings, depending on the role or the company you're applying to. Last is the final interview, where a team lead or manager will interview you. This is where you and they will decide whether this role is a good fit based on their team and culture and your general business knowledge. Most recruiters or hiring managers will let you know how the interview process is structured ahead of time so that you can prepare for each phase. In a Cloud Data Analyst interview, the hiring manager will ask a variety of questions to assess your skills, experience, and aptitude. When getting ready for an interview, it's helpful to think about and prepare for common question types. Questions tend to fall into one of the four categories: behavioral, technical, situational, or subject questions. Behavioral questions ask you to describe what you did and how you handled past situations. For example, you might be asked how you would deal with a specific challenge at work. You can structure your responses to behavioral interview questions using the STAR method. S stands for situation. Describe the situation, including any context the interviewer needs to know to understand the story. T stands for task. Identify the task, the problem or the challenge you took on. A stands for action. Describe the action or actions you took to address the task. R stands for result. Finally, describe the positive results of your actions. Sometimes, even if a situation doesn't end well, you'll still have a positive result if you learned from it. Technical questions ask about the specifics of technical tools you've used. An interviewer may give you a technical problem and ask you to describe the steps you'd take to solve it. These questions are a chance for you to show off your knowledge and communication skills. When answering technical questions, it's important that you make sure you understand what the interviewer is asking. Take the opportunity to ask clarifying questions. This shows the interviewer that you value collaboration by demonstrating your curiosity and commitment to answering accurately. If the answer to a technical question has multiple steps, it's a good idea to share your thought process with the interviewer as you go. This will showcase your problem-solving skills. Situational questions ask you to explain how you would handle hypothetical situations that you may not have necessarily experienced yet. These questions are designed to find out how you apply what you know to new situations. Subject questions ask you to share what you know about specific topics related to the industry. For example, you may be asked to explain how data moves through the cloud using the stages of the data journey. If you don't know the answer to a question, remember that's not unusual in this fast-paced industry of data analytics. Just explain that you haven't learned that skill yet, but that you are committed to learning what you need to be successful in that role. Or you can try answering the question from the perspective of another skill. For example, I do not know yet how to do that in Tableau, but from what I know in Looker, here's how I would approach that problem. Be sure to remember to fit in some of those questions you prepared for the hiring manager about the company's products and services, their customers, or recent news to better understand their business. It may come up that you have follow-up questions for your interviewer as well. This is your chance to show your curiosity and demonstrate your desire to understand whether the role is a good fit for you. Interviewers may ask you about the work in your portfolio. You can give more information about your goals for each project, the tools you use, and what you learned while working on each project. You should also connect your portfolio to the skills and knowledge that would help you on the job. Pro tip: after an interview, be sure to send a quick email to each interviewer, thanking them for their time and expressing your interest in the role and sharing a positive recollection you have from the interview experience. With a little practice and preparation, you'll be interviewing for job success. Hey there! You've just discovered a variety of career resources and tips that will help you find a new role as a cloud data analyst and successfully navigate the job market. First, you've explored the different types of roles available and role specializations. This will enable you to focus on opportunities that will be best fit for you. You got tips for how to apply for roles and share your project portfolio in a way that demonstrates you're the right person for the job, even if you haven't had a lot of on-the-job practice yet. Then, you explored how to refine your resume to include your skills and experience. And finally, you've identified interview tips that will help you prepare for interviews and ensure interview success. Great job! You're one step closer to succeeding in your Cloud Data Analyst interviews. Hey there! You're so close to completing this certificate program. I'm excited to join you for this last part of your learning journey. Right now, I've got some important details to share with you about your upcoming Capstone project. First, we'll discuss what you'll do in the Capstone project. I'll also share some useful tips that will help you to successfully complete the project. We'll also explore why the Capstone project is important and useful for demonstrating the skills that you've learned throughout the certificate program. After that, you'll have all the necessary instructions and tools to start and finish your project. To wrap up, we'll cover how to incorporate your project into an impressive portfolio and how to confidently discuss your project with potential employers or clients. When you're ready, head over to the next video. In this video, I'll share more about why the Capstone project is so important. It's more than just an assignment. Think about a time when you had to complete many small tasks to accomplish a larger goal, like moving from one place to another. For a successful move, you probably had to collect and pack your belongings in boxes, then relocate your boxes to their new location, unpack, and so on. This takes good organizational skills. Like a moving project, in your Capstone, you will collect your new Cloud Data Analytics knowledge and then package it into a new single workplace scenario. You'll discover some of the great benefits that come from successfully completing your project, like showcasing all of your accomplishments and earning a professional certificate. So let's get into it. This is an opportunity to bring everything you've learned together so far for one final project. There are 3 points of value with the Capstone project. First, by completing the Capstone, you'll translate all of your cloud data analytics skills, tools, and experiences in a single, all-encompassing workplace scenario. Second, the Capstone will prepare you to succeed in completing a small project, should you be asked to do so as part of your interview process. This is a common way for employers to assess your job skills and how you tackled cloud data problems. Usually, you'll be given a time limit to complete a project or a case study for employers. But don't worry. It's more important to show off your thought process in addressing the problem so that interviewers can understand your approach. And third, this project will also be a preview into what an actual cloud data analytics job could be like. Now let's get into the details of what you'll gain from completing a Capstone project. First, you'll be getting workplace experience. The Capstone project is like training for dealing with data sets and on-the-job activities that you'll encounter in your career. It is a great opportunity to go from learning the theory and practicing with the tools to actually doing the work that cloud data professionals do every day. The second benefit is improved problem-solving skills. With this Capstone project, you'll get better at working through real, complex data sets and making sense of it all. You will also be able to use your project to develop your portfolio. The Capstone project is something you can proudly showcase to potential employers. It's ready to share and takes your interview to the next level, where you can not only explain what you can do, but also demonstrate what you can do as a cloud data analytics pro. The fourth benefit of completing your Capstone project is highlighting your project management skills. Taking a Capstone project from just a case study to a well-thought-out process that effectively addresses a problem involves juggling different tasks, data sets, tools, and a deadline. This project is also a demonstration of your proficiency and skills. Your Capstone project is the ultimate proof that not only did you learn about cloud data analytics, but you can also apply what you learned to real-life scenarios. When you've finished your Capstone project, I hope you feel proud of all your efforts, because when you're done, you've got this impressive project you can then show off to future employers. You've taken everything you've learned so far and brought it all together in an on-the-job cloud data scenario. You're really moving on. Let's meet in the next video. Before you start your Capstone project, let's discuss what you can expect so that you'll be well prepared every step of the way. To begin, you will have access to all the instructions you'll need to complete the project. You'll also have the opportunity to review an example to get a clear idea of what you'll be doing. Once you've reviewed the instructions and the example, you'll choose the project that you're most interested in. From there, you'll have access to all the information, data, and tools that you need to get started. The Capstone project includes labs and interactive activities, and you're well prepared. This work will be similar to the work that you've been doing throughout the entire certificate program. And if you need a little help along the way, remember that you can always review the previous labs and activities to help guide your way. So there are many resources for you to use. The Capstone project will ask you to use all the skills and knowledge that you've developed throughout the entire program. This includes what you've learned about cloud data storage and data management, cloud data processing and analysis, and cloud data visualization. You'll apply everything you've done and put your own spin on the Capstone. This can be one impressive project. Once you've completed your Capstone, you'll have a bespoke collection of work examples that you can proudly add to your portfolio to wow potential employers and clients. So give your Capstone project your very best, and good luck! Nice work! You've completed the Capstone project. This is a major accomplishment and proof of all of your hard work in this course. You've used your knowledge of cloud data analytics and data visualization to create a complete representation of your new professional skills. You can now add your Capstone project to your portfolio, reference your Capstone on your resume, and explain your Capstone in interviews. The Capstone project gave you on-the-job experience with a data challenge. And now you can share this experience and any component of the project with future employers. As you move forward in your data career, Know that this capstone is just the beginning. You have many opportunities to continue your technical and professional growth. You can find mentors or join online groups to learn from others. You can search out practice projects and continuously build out your portfolio. As you decide to continue on your journey, know that anything you learn is an important part of your advancement as a cloud data professional. I'm happy to be the first one to congratulate you on completing the Capstone project. Your drive and dedication to cloud data analysis has been impressive, and I can't wait for you to share this with your future employer. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of the certificate program. You maintained your commitment to the program and to yourself to build your cloud data skills. And after persistence and hard work, you've completed all of the courses in the certificate program. I'm honored to be the first to congratulate you on all you've accomplished. But there are others who are waiting to join me.
Congratulations, you completed this program. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Great work. Congratulations on this achievement.
Congratulations for completing this program. You've taken a really great next step in your career in cloud.
You did it! Woo! Congrats! That's awesome!
Awesome job. I'm proud of all your effort completing this program.
Congratulations on completing this program. What an achievement.
Congratulations on finishing your certificate. There's more work to be done.
Kudos on your success. Hope you take this moment to celebrate your hard work and perseverance.
Congratulations. Welcome. Welcome to the world of cloud. I know you're going to do great things.
Congratulations on completing the program. You did it.
Hey, congratulations on achieving that program. You did it. What an amazing achievement.
Nice going. You've learned so much throughout this program. I'm excited for you to use what you've learned on the job.
Hey, congratulations on finishing this program. Wishing you luck on your next endeavor.
You've put in a lot of work to complete this program, and now you have a solid foundation in cloud data analytics. You should be very proud. It's been a pleasure to support you on your cloud data journey. Now it's time for you to make your mark in the cloud. You've just completed this certificate, and this accomplishment demonstrates that you are committed to learning new skills and growing in your career. On behalf of all the instructors, I'd like to congratulate you on this accomplishment. As a reminder, you can share your certificate on any job search platform, like LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor. And you can add the certificate information to your resume. You can also connect directly with companies hiring cloud data analysts through Grow with Google. Throughout this program, we've discussed the incredible growth of cloud data analytics. You've gained both skills and knowledge in this program that will allow you to step right into this field. Let's review all you've learned in this program. In the first course, you started by learning the basics of data analysis practices in the cloud. You also learned some of the basics of cloud computing and the responsibilities of a cloud data analyst. Throughout the process, you learned about the data team you might work with in the future, and you reviewed the data lifecycle. Finally, you explored the architecture of Google Cloud tools, including BigQuery and Google Cloud Storage. In the second course, you learned about how data is structured and organized. You gained hands-on experience with data lakehouse architecture and Google Cloud tools. With these tools, you learned the basics of ingesting data and writing queries in BigQuery. In the third course, you explored the basics of data discovery. You also discovered profiling methods to ensure data's quality and validity. Then, you learned data mapping skills to create relationships between data sources. And lastly, you explored data governance and security best practices to learn how to keep data safe. Finally, in the fourth course, you visualized data to draw insights. You learned about data storytelling, and you honed skills in visualization development. You also learned how to wireframe interactive, cloud-native visualization tools. This gave you the know-how to build dashboards that support communication and collaboration in data analysis. You've accomplished a lot in these courses, and you're more than ready to take these skills into your cloud data career. As you move forward, be sure to stay engaged in trends in cloud tools and data analysis. You'll always be learning as a data analyst. You can keep up with new advances in data tools and current trends in presenting data. Continuously adding to your portfolio and your resume will allow you to highlight all of your accomplishments. Congratulations again! It's been a pleasure to be with you through the capstone of this program. I'm confident that you are now well prepared for a successful career as a cloud data analyst. Good luck!
Welcome to this intro to Cloud.
I thought there was more coming. All right.
Keep the energy up or bring it down.
Okay.
I was distracted by the hair in my mouth.
You know what?
Do I really have to read all that?
It's very colorful.
Transforming, exploring.
It's getting sticky.
I wrote this part, so I should get it.
Is it better to be slow or fast? I don't know.
I'll jazz it up.
I did one of these.
/:/USR.
Oof. Tripped across the finish line.